Boom, right? This is my trade recap from January. It was my biggest win last month. Just 4% risk to reward. So if we look on the chart, right, AUD broke this structure or found value. It broke this value area. Then we snapped back in. It was a time ago, bro. Snapped back in, corrected. And then if you can see, this is just a trick, right? Where if your correction is below 50% of your impulse, then there's still a chance of it not being a reversal or a fake out. So we see here, boom, this thing is still below 50%. So the sell sentiment hasn't changed. And then if we rewind that, my bad, bruh. If you rewind that, let's say this is the impulse on its own, and this is also below 50. Just realized my glasses were blocking there. Okay, so if we hop back into this, so it's impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction, right? So if you go on the 4 hour, I see something that you can't see, because me, I'm the cold, right? So we have this, right? And that is a play on my trading plan, which is this structure, boom, boom, double top, hook point, boom, boom, get value area, right? You must just learn how to and to see these things early on. So boom, we have that. It missed this value area, but there's one here. We snap back in. I was scared it will come fill that gap, but it didn't. And then, like I said, if you just measure, it's still below 50% the correction. So it's not certainty that it would sell, but it just increases the probability. And then I actually made a mistake, so I can't replay exactly where I entered, but this is where I entered. So okay, this is what I saw. This is what I saw first. I saw this correction, boom, boom. Bro thinks he's Picasso, right? And then I saw the correction. Then I was aiming for this double top. And I was aiming for that double top more so because of this this type of flag. It's insurance entry play. So then there's that. So what I did was I did that, and I was like, oh, that's 50% of the correction. So I placed my first entry there. And then because when I take trades between Monday and Wednesday, that's really where the volume in the market isn't the highest. So I like to be very conservative with my stop losses. I don't like being aggressive, so I'll move my stop loss to somewhere with 60% of this Fibonacci tool, because like I said, if it's below 50%, chances are of it continuing the move is higher. When it's above 60%, the chances is lower. When it's above 60%, like imagine if this went all the way there, the chances of it still selling is low. So me putting my stop loss there, I'm being very conservative. So I put the stop loss there somewhere around 68 pips. 68 pips, and then I was aiming for the low of this. Oh gosh, dang it. It was actually a 3-1. It was I think it was more so like this. When did I take this trade? Yeah, Tuesday. So Tuesday it was more slow between 55, the middle ground between 50 and 60, which is 55. So that's where I placed my stop at. And then as you can see, we were in some drawdown. It was more so above, I think. Let me just confirm. Yeah, this was my stop. Around this was my stop, and then I think we're aiming for the low somewhere here. That was my stop, and then I entered over here actually. This was the candle that triggered me in. Then we were in, trickling, and then boom. It just continued and just continued and just continued and just continued and then just continued and then just continued and then just continued. Just continued and just continued and just continued and just continued and just continued. But obviously, right, it went to there, and when it was like around here, I told myself when I move from a correction to a correction, I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. So which I did. After this flag, which I could have entered again, but I was like now because I took it on my profile account and my personal account. I don't really like scalings. So when I saw that this is correcting under this low over here, I waited for it to break, and once it broke, then I moved my stop loss over here, and then as it sold, I moved my stop loss over here, and then eventually I was over roundabout here, then it sold. Then I was thinking because it broke here, should I move it over there? But now I'm just being conservative, so I just moved it around 50% of that, and then it retraced and took me up for 1.52%, which is cool, bro. It's a good way to end the month. End of the month on profitable state. The balance is up now. The transaction has landed.
Transaction has landed into the account. The balance is up now. It's uptown.